Hi guys, welcome to LW Injury Management, and today we're going to be talking about agility. Okay, so firstly, what is agility? Agility can be defined as the ability to change direction rapidly without losing balance, using a combination of strength, power and neuromuscular coordination. Although, until recently, developments have questioned whether these definitions truly reflect the nature of agility in sports context. New definitions add that agility is further affected by the athlete's perceptual and decision-making skills. Here we can see a common model used to define agility and the different components and sub-components involved. Okay, so agility can be classified into one of the four categories outlined in this table: simple, temporal, spatial, and universal. This framework is useful within the sporting industry as it allows an improved understanding of the sub-components involved in agility. Okay, so what is the purpose of agility? First off, it can increase body control, so concentrated form of kinesthetic awareness, improve your postural alignment, and teach you to control small transitions in the major joints of your body. It can also help to reduce injury risks, as it helps you to prepare the body for sport-specific movements and develops your neuromuscular awareness as well. Okay, so coming up shortly are some agility drills specifically focused on rugby. So, while straight line speed is obviously important for rugby, the majority of the explosive speed and agility requirements will be of multi-directional nature. Rugby players sprint over varying distances, not usually more than 5 to 15 metres at maximal intensities before they need to change direction, hit a ruck, make a tackle, etc. So this means the emphasis on training should be on explosive acceleration rather than maximal speed. Agility training can help in rugby by changing direction, creating space, cutting around opponents, marking opponents, avoiding contact and reacting to the referee's commands. So, when should agility be incorporated in a rugby season? Agility training usually takes place after early season strength and conditioning work. This ensures that athletes are fit enough for the demands of this type of training. Although the physical load of agility training is quite low, the emphasis being on quality as opposed to quantity of this training are performed at close to or maximal intensity. Agility training is best placed in the period leading up to the main playing season to ensure the athlete is fit, sharp and ready as possible for the tough competitive period ahead. Okay, so before we carried out agility drills, we needed to think of some health and safety considerations. So firstly, you need to think of equipment needed to be safe to use as well as placed in a safe manner to avoid tripping hazards. Environment needs to be in a safe area, away from any spillages and enough space for the drill to take place. Athlete needs to be warm before the drill, prepare the muscles that are going to be used and activate the appropriate energy systems. We need to make sure the athlete hasn't got any injuries before, as we put them more at risk of hindering their rehabilitation or making their injury worse. Footwear needs to be appropriate to the surface where in which the drill is taking place, and coaching points need to be relevant and addressed clearly to hinder any poor form or technique. Linking this in with training prescription, when you're prescribing agility drills to your athlete, you need to think of training area, maybe about 12-15 metres of space per athlete, the surface, similar to what they're going to be training on, playing on, their attire needs to be what they compete in, their readiness, again, looking at injury, so if you're working with the medical team, you gradually build them up to doing agility drills. And when we're looking at fatigue, we need to make sure that all drills should be competed at top speed. So without further ado, let's look at some agility demonstrations. So here we have a simple programmable agility drill, meaning the athlete knew the combination beforehand. They are asked to run as fast as they can, placing one foot in the middle of each section of the ladder. And ideally what we're looking for here is the head and trunk to be aligned and for them to keep their eyes facing forward, their foot placement to be inside the sections of the ladder, as well as a high knee drive, and lastly for them to generate enough swing with their arms to help generate their speed. However, you can see here, athletes not really swinging their arms, knees aren't driven enough, and their eyes aren't facing forward. Okay, so here is a progression to another programmable agility drill. Here we're looking at increasing the steps inside the ladder's components to 2 feet, as fast as they can, using the same coaching points as stated before. Again, the athlete needs to focus on arm swing, eyes facing forward, and slightly more knee drive. This will help at ground react time in the long run. However, this could be due to inexperience of doing agility drills like this. Okay, here is a progression onto more of a reactive agility drill. Yellow! This is when the athlete must react to another athlete or signal, and in this case the athlete is responding to myself calling the colour of the cone, which we must then run to at the end of the ladder. This imitates the type of agility needed in invasion games like rugby for example, when a change of direction may be needed to get around a defender or an attacker. and this is classified as universal, which is explained before, with both spatial and temporal uncertainty. Okay, so after taking the athlete to one side, the coaching points were explained once more, and you can see in this video how much more she uses her arm swing for generation of speed. Although she's still struggling with knee drive and keeping her eyes facing forward, this could be due to her experience level, which can be expected, but with regular agility training, drills like this would become second nature to her. Okay, and that marks the end of my video on agility. Thank you for watching, and I'll be posting more videos in the upcoming weeks, so make sure to stay tuned.